All right, testing mic, testing stream, testing camera. It's on. Perfect. Let's make sure this is all up and running. Think we're good. Welcome back to Minecraft Monday, this time on a Tuesday. This is stream number 7 on this world, and we're gonna be doing some more of what we were doing last time. Some mining, some collecting of resources. It's gonna be a pretty chill stream. Nothing too crazy planned here. I had actually planned on streaming something other than this game tonight, but I've got some thoughts which have led me to the conclusion that might not be happening right now. If you've seen a bunch of my streams, you know that they're not always this game. In fact, most of what I had intended on doing originally was based more on creating music, recording some Dungeons and Dragons stuff that I prepared. Although I think at this point it's fair to say this game has seen a lot more screen time than those other pursuits. Well, I was planning on recording some music tonight. And in fact, I might still end stream with that. But I'm trying to consider if it's worth really trying right now on a different channel, just to keep things a little more consistent. We could have games on this channel and just post all the other stuff somewhere else. That might make a little more sense. I don't know, just spitballing. Maybe I'm just procrastinating. Hard to say, but either way, for now we're just going to enjoy playing some of this game. Especially before anybody pops on here, we're going to be grabbing some diorite, I believe. Can never have enough of it, at least in my opinion. Especially since we're planning on building a big old diorite tower that way. Let's see, ore was down here. $21 steak, 19 berries, that's plenty. Yeah, I guess back into the mines, right? Do I have any more pickaxes? Do have this little guy. We'll use him up. Hey, welcome back to the stream, man. Good to see you. Wasn't originally planning on streaming Minecraft tonight, but I changed my plans a little bit. This might not be as long of a stream because I might pivot away from this and work on some music stuff that I've got going on in the background. We'll see though. Right now I'm going to try to grab myself some more diorite while I remember where it's at. How's your night going, Linux? Also, I'm curious, with a name like that, do you use Linux? Or is that just your username? I've got a passing interest in it. I think it's pretty cool how it's the open source alternative to like Windows or Mac or all that, but I'm also too lazy to really do the legwork necessary to actually figure out how to properly install it. Baby zombie. You gotta go, my friend. Glad to hear you're doing well. I've been doing pretty well myself as well. No real complaints anyways. Although I'm realizing at this very moment, I do not have any wood, which could be a little bit of an issue. We're going to stay down here, build some more tools. I'm not going to stress about it. We'll just grab diorite where we can. Not worry about turning this into a whole mining operation. Just a username, huh? Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense, man. I also use Windows. It's what I grew up on. Never really bought a MacBook. It just seemed like a lot of money for the style of it. But I am finding Windows is starting to piss me off a little bit more as I get older, and they keep changing things. So I definitely see the appeal of Linux, but I also recognize it's not as simple as just swapping one for another. As far as understanding, it's a pretty complicated thing to figure out, especially if you really want to lock in. But I already waste plenty of my time. Probably best not to pick up another hobby, study, pursuit, whatever you want to call it. So I guess while I got you here in chat, I got a question for you. I have been... excuse me. I've put out streams where I make music and stuff. And again, I might tail end this stream with some of that, but that was kind of the original reason I even created a YouTube channel, was just to motivate myself to make things. But I haven't been doing as much of that lately. I'm probably gonna start posting all of that to a second channel, but I cannot come up with a good name for it. Delayment is kind of the tag I go by on most stuff, but I've already got this here. People, I think, watch. They watch this channel to see me play games, not so much my other hobbies and passions. I've been trying to spitball some better names for a second channel, though, but I'm really struggling to come up with much. If I were smart about it, I would have started with 2 channels. Named that one Delayment. This one would have been, I don't know, Delayment Gaming or something, but hindsight is 2020. Guess I'm not even entirely sure if that turned into a question, but if you got any opinions, I'd love to hear them. this copper pick breaks, I'll head topside. Switch things up for a little bit here. Ooh, some lapis. I don't think I have much of that yet. Yeah, funny story about the name Delaban. It's, I chose it because I am a... I'm up there with the goats as far as procrastinating goes, putting things off too long. It's how I made it through school, it's how I made it through my jobs, it's what I'm doing even today. And I think I made the channel and then for at least 2 years just sat on it without posting anything at all. The whole hope was that I could kind of break the cycle by just doing things. And that has been to little avail, but it's alright. I'm streaming now, which is a start. Now it's just a matter of keeping up the momentum. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was you telling me about the lava and the dripstone thing, right? Because if so, we're getting that farm a little more operational. Now we're up to like 4 cauldrons, I think. Great tip, by the way, because I did not want to go track down lava. Especially since I'm not in the nether phase just yet. Although I guess now that I got diamonds, I could probably get into that any time now, huh? Oops. There we go. My classic parkour skills showing themselves once again. Awesome, dude. I'm glad it's, that's kind of the standard. I'd imagine you could probably make it a little prettier, which I might do sometime later, but as long as we got the functionality, that's a good start. I have not been here. I think I'm gonna leave it that way for a moment. This Minecraft track right here might be my favorite in the game, at least from what I've heard. Like, I've always been a fan of the music in this game, but some of these new ones, new to me anyways, are really something else. Like, I know we beat nighttime this time. I might want to put up like a little temporary house over here though. Just like a lean-to or something. Make myself a little safer. Wood. It's all birch. I don't love birch wood, but it's what we got to work with. Although I guess we could start our diorite dealio here. Maybe use some cobble deep slate. Oh, it's daytime, not nighttime. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Temporary housing. Guess we better start with the walls. It's not going to be the prettiest thing you've ever seen, but it'll do. Yeah, we'll just go for, I think, a shed roof. That'll make it easier for us, and I think it'll look better that way too. Although we are going to need more deep slate, it looks like. Fair enough. So the diorite is actually going to make up most of the walls in my fortress I'm going to build here eventually. At least that's the plan. I like the light color of it, since I'm using so much stone anyways. Oh, I realized I've trapped myself in here. Let's see. Let's make ourselves another pickaxe. Yeah, but diorite, I don't use it much because it kind of looks like bird poop, but I think it could actually work here. It blends in with the birch trees pretty well as far as stone goes. I want this thing to look like stone. Oh boy! Well, I didn't love that. Guess Creeper decided we're doing a little bit of impromptu terraforming here. And look at that. It's like nothing happened at all. Well, not quite, but... There we go. That'll work. Where was I? Yeah, diorite. I think it will, I guess this would be a full block, huh? Yeah, it's going to work as a stone block. It's going to be a light block, and we can blend it with both cobble and deep slate as kind of a base layer. This will be like our foundation. This will be our walls. I don't know what we're doing for a roof yet, but maybe more of this. Either way, I just figured I haven't really used a whole lot of this block. Years and years ago, I think when it first came out, one of the times I was playing for a little bit, I tried to build some, like a church, I think, out of it or something. You can smelt diorite into something that looks better. I did not know that. We're going to try that right now since we got plenty of it. Do I need something different than a furnace? Because as it is, it doesn't look like it wants to cook itself. Let's see, we'll keep our roof going here for now. Full block then a slab. We're just going on that half slab scale. I know we had ladders up here. Let's just grab those, I guess, too. Give ourselves a path up. Oh, the polished stuff. I think actually for that what you need to do is... Yep. Okay, good. So that hasn't changed. If you just put 4 in there, in your crafting menu, it turns into the polished version. I agree. I'll definitely be using some of this block. It's not going to be everywhere, and that's because it has these hard edges to it. So, like, that works fine for corners, but I don't want the whole thing to look like it's made of a grid, you know? A stone cutter is not a bad call, actually, especially now that we've got iron. I think that's one of these. Can I do it with diorite, or do I need... stone slabs? It looks like I need stone. I'm working off of memory here, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, you're all good, man. I forget this stuff all the time. Most of the block ones I remember a little better because I've used them more often, but there's a lot of stuff in this game. I can't fault anybody for not remembering everything. I am realizing, though, I definitely need a lot more. Deep slate. I don't think I'm even going to have enough for this roof here. Well, I definitely won't, I guess, but... Huh. Excuse me. Interesting. We'll do that for now. Get ourselves back up on top. Okay, something like that for our build here, I think. Full block, double slab, full block, double slab. I guess this will actually be full blocks. Okay, how's that look from the corner here? That is too steep. Oh, well, it's gonna have to do for now. I don't want to get too crazy with this. Although this block is gonna... No, I guess that has to be that, huh? Okay. Okay, let's make that stone cutter. We got our stone slabs. Oh no, wait, I was wrong. This needs to be the cooked stone, doesn't it? So I have to cook this again. That's one thing in this game that does bug me a little bit, is you cook stone again to make it... I don't remember what you call it, but I don't think that'll work. Nope. But if we put it back in, twice cooked stone should get us there. Let's throw a bed down too while we're at it. Perfect. Let's daytime. Do we have any monsters around? Nothing. That's what we like to hear. Okay, we got our little infinite water source here. I actually might relocate this. Just so it's not right in front of our front door here. Right now we only got 2 source blocks in there, so this won't take too long. Youch. Actually, honestly, I don't even know if I need to deal with all this right now. I can just take the lava out, tear this down. I'm not in like dire need of a lava farm right now, so I can just rebuild this later. Alright, but we got too much in our inventory. Let's clear some space. Plants are up here. Mob drops are here. Other stuff was down here. Stone was all in here. Yeah, well, we got this little hut now. Let's at least make it more like a home. We'll tear this floor out, since this is our base level right now. I really don't like that roof. I'm gonna make that more shallow. We can do that later, though. Let's make that stone cutter before I forget. Nope. Am I misremembering how to make this thing? Okay, I guess we gotta figure it out. Stone cutter. Oh. I'm a fool. It's just stone blocks. That is good to know. And that, I think, will work with just diorite, because this is technically the full stone variant. Nope, has to be stone. Fair enough, I've been nothing but wrong. Why break the cycle now? How many chests do we have here, though? 6, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll work. Drop that. We're going to want a few pieces of cobble here. I also don't know if I love this as our kind of border here. 3 stone blocks, 1 iron in the middle. Yep, perfect. I just figured that out as well. Good call out, though. I was very wrong. So my little rant about needing smooth stone completely just off base. Glad to make that mistake now, though, instead of way down the road. And on the bright side, now we've got access to a stone cutter. Three of you, one of you, and bam, we're in business. We'll put you right up there. Look at all that beautiful diorite. So that's a 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 2-to-1. Fair enough, makes sense. What do you normally get if you do fences the old-fashioned way? Same amount. Stairs, I think you lose some. Perfect. Good to know. We got to shift these chests back to the wall. So I guess let's just put everything where it belongs, and we'll break chest by chest, I guess. Suppose that's stone, technically speaking. All right, here we go. Bam. Bam. Perfect. Chest 1 is in place. Guess we better drop off our stuff too. Dirt. And now all this stone. Oh, there was more. And whatever this was, wood. This was ores, and what was the order we were going? Diamonds. Sure, lapis. That's fine. Gold. Iron. Copper. Hang on, let's just make 2 lines of copper, actually. Since there is a lot of that stuff we're going to be having. Redstone, coal. And then I guess whatever else we decide to put in there. This one's all mob drops. It's easy peasy, don't really need to sort this right now. And this is flower stuff. I guess I better drop this off before I grab all the flower stuff. And there we are. Everything is moved. It's still in order, roughly speaking. And we've got access to our roof. Should be about nighttime. Indeed it is. Alright, good morning. Let's work out this roof shape a little more, I guess. We're actually going to go for one step up every 2 blocks instead of 1. Which means... Well, let's see actually. Can we chop this forest in a little further? Give ourselves another block down to work with? That might be a better move. We'll have it raise right here and then come in. Right about there. Grab some diorite. There we are. And I guess if that's the case, we're going to lower this another block. So we're going to need you, we're going to need you, and we're going to need you. Nope. That was, wow, that was proof I'm tired. You don't craft a whole lot with a crafting table in that sense. Oh, I still had a stone shovel. Oops. Okay, well, if this is ground floor, what block are we putting in? That can be birch, actually. I don't think that would look too bad. We are going to make it a little different, though, by... Yeah, I think we're going to put the logs down. He's between... And we're going to peel the bark off of these. How's that look? I like it. It's not bad. Put you in there. This will be our doorway. We've got slabs, but that's really not what we need right now. Instead, let's make ourselves some stairs. Maybe a polished one. A little door in there. Now we're in business. Look at that. We're getting somewhere. I don't think this thing needs to be absolutely monstrous in size, so we're only going to go one past. This whole second thing, we're not going to do corners. Again, this is just like a little starter, temporary stronghold for our things. There's no sense in overblowing it all. Only thing I've really got to remember right now is to pick all this up before 5 minutes pass. Okay, so what do we have here? These are slabs. Perfect. Well, I guess not perfect, actually. This has to be a normal block. Okay, so if we're going 2... There we go. Now we're back in business. How's that look? Much better. We'll pull that one back one, lift this up one. And I think that's going to be our final kind of edge to this thing. I like it. Turned out pretty good, huh? Glad to hear that. It's always good to get some feedback. Close. Okay, we're almost there. I think we got to use this iron pickaxe, go grab ourselves a bunch more of this deep slate, and we can finish roofing this thing in. When that's done, we'll just, while we're up here, I guess we can try to work out some of the decorating. Like, for example, these can make pretty good corners for this thing. That design's not bad when it's not the entire kind of focus of the thing. I just don't know if I can justify using this block for the entirety of all that over there. I'll probably mix it in here and there. I've got space. I'd like to put a window in here. Something small, like... something like this, maybe? Oh, missed that one. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tiny. Maybe I extend it out 1 block, 2 blocks. Okay, 2 slabs. Do I have those? I do. There we go. Nice. Just a torch or two in here. Let's see, how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. How wide is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we're mixing evens and odds, which normally I wouldn't recommend doing, but for this little dinky guy, it's not the end of the world. We'll put a torch above our window there. And I guess now that we've gone this high, we have space to make... a couple more chests. Actually, wait. Only 2. There we are. Perfect. So, if this is soil blocks, this can be all our other blocks. Such as cauldrons, wool, other things. And what do we have here? Plants, animals, ores, and this will just be other items, I guess. Like a lava bucket. And food? No, this is all the food we got left. Okay, we do need that deep slate though. I'm gonna make a few more buckets just to grab the last of our lava. There we go, 4 cauldrons, 3 buckets of lava. A bunch of iron. And that should be everything we need. See, if I was smart, I would have built that over here. And that could have been kind of this shape that I'd planned out, but... the people don't watch me for my brains. I hope. Youch. Alright, back down we go. I know where the deep slate's at, or at least one way to get over there. So we'll just follow that. Pardon me as I drop where I shouldn't be. It's all part of my master plan. Oy, that one would have killed me. Here we are. The Descent. Scary movie. Okay, if I recall correctly, I climbed down right about here. Hung to the left here, and then that is going to shoot us straight down into the deep slate layer. Let's throw a torch down here and grab this iron, because we can. Look at that, the memory's working. What a pleasant surprise. Okay, guess we'll just start mining out right around here. Build ourselves a little room into here. Good thing I'm done with those copper tools, I think. Yep. That would have slowed down this process pretty dramatically. Even with iron, this is pretty slow going. Also, I'm at 21 levels. That's not so bad. If I can keep the momentum up, get to 30, we're gonna have to farm up a bunch of cows, I guess, so we can start building out our enchanting table. Alright, well if we ever come back down here, now we got this little room we could set up as a base, I guess. I don't think odds are we're really going to be doing a whole lot down here, but it's good to know. We're just about through this pickaxe here. Good enough, we got this big old square. I guess I'll just break a couple more blocks out here until it shatters. Look at that. Exactly a couple. And back up we go. 2 stacks the richer. Is that enough for our roof? Let's hope. I love these massive caverns they have in the game now, though. They're so much more fun to check out than the old school Minecraft caves. Every once in a while you get a big one, but generally speaking it was just tunnels. Still got sunlight. That's good news. while I'm here, let's grab a little bit of gravel. It's not crucial right now, but I do like having it since it mixes in nicely with stone blocks. Alright, any cows we see has got to be on site right now. Got to get that leather stockpile going. That comes quick in this game. I know it's 10 minutes, but man, it just flies by. Okay. I think we should be good with our resources here. I guess we can lower all this a little bit. There we go. We'll put this right in between everything. Not bad. Not bad at all. Do we still have shears anywhere? Or those disappeared forever? Oh, they're in my hand. Perfect. Just grab a few leaf blocks then. Throw down a couple shrubs out here. I guess that'll do. If we wanted to put like a fireplace in here, we could do something right on this wall. In these 2 blocks. I don't know if that's necessary though. This is more of a shed than anything. It doesn't need to be fancy. I guess the question is though, are we happy with this? I can put a couple slabs in there. I also know I need one of you up here. There we go. We got another kind of window. Maybe we do the same thing here. Nice. Now we got a lot of air. I guess we should probably raise this though, to match everything else. That might be an issue. That looks a little goofy. We could just close it off, make it a little shorter of a window. Just another 2-block one, maybe? Sure. We'll leave it with that for now. These are full blocks, right? I guess we could do lanterns. That needs iron. And torches. I think these need to be nuggets. Something like that. Maybe we do a chain as well. What do you need for those? More iron, I don't know that much, but... Is it like this? No. Is it like this? Yes. I guess we're gonna need one more ingot. Okay. I like that. I do think I want to raise this up half a slab, though. Just because it looks a little weird. Okay, there we go. We're going to call this finished. Doesn't look so bad. And that is just to the right, or is it dead ahead from our walkway up? It's pretty much right there. Since that's the case, let's just make a path right up to it. There we go. So now that's connected to the path. And I guess what we can do now is try to figure out what our build style should look like here with the diorite. I'm beginning to think this is not what we want to build as far as shape and scale goes. So I'm actually going to tear down this grid here. We're going to go a little more freestyle with it, I think. And just hope for the best. So we got this nice big kind of flat area all open to us, which is great. We're going to be using a lot of diorite, a fair bit of probably just cobblestone and deep slate. I don't know if we're really going to put wood on the exterior. Wow, nighttime came quick again. Well, let's make this climb down snappy then. Hopefully avoid the monsters. Well, I'm not so sure we're avoiding them, but maybe. I don't see anything. Okay. I'll take that. Grab our dirt because I'm a hoarder. Realistically, I'm never going to need this dirt, or at least not this much, but... Hey, welcome back to the chat. What do I think of today's match between Argentina and Egypt? So, I don't actually really watch a whole lot of football. I've been trying to keep tabs on the World Cup while it's here, but I'm not even sure who won the match. So I wish I could give you a better answer, but I don't have much of an opinion. What about you, though? Did you have much of a stake in the game? Did it play out the way you'd hoped? Or were you sorely disappointed? Argentina was 2-0 down for 79 minutes, just for them to score 3 goals and mess. They scored 3 that late in the game? That's actually crazy. That must have been wild to watch. I know that Messi is, he's been cementing himself as the greatest ever do it through this World Series. Or World Cup, rather. Lots of penalty kicks to kind of really push himself over the edge with the goals and stuff, huh? I feel like the World Cup and just football in general, I'd enjoy watching it, but I just never do. It's not a huge thing in the US, generally speaking. That's not to say it doesn't happen. I mean, I played, well, we call it soccer, but I played soccer growing up. I enjoyed it. But it's just not the biggest sport we've got around here. We tend to focus on other ones like American football or basketball. Do I think I'll be able to watch the World Cup final? I'm sure I can find a way. That's one I wouldn't mind watching for sure. Just, to see how things actually play out. Because what are we at right now? Like is it the top 16 games that are playing right now? Top 8? Somewhere around there? By the way, that confuses me. Like, as far as I understand, there's way more people in this finals than generally speaking, right? They had a lot more teams kind of competing for the crown here than most World Cups. I mean, I know quite a few things are different. Something about water breaks and there's advertisements. Although I also know that things do just tend to change as time goes on, so as someone who's not like a huge mega fan, I'm interested to hear. It's the quarters right now. Okay. Awesome. So is Argentina, is that your pick here for taking the cup? All right, let's figure out this block palette we're going to be working with here. I'm going to try to mock up just a rough shape for like a wall. So we got cobble deep slate, tough, cobblestone, diorite. If these are the main blocks we're using. That's kind of progression from dark to light. We could mess with something like that. Maybe take out the cobble, use more of the tough. Although we're going to need to get a lot more of that, if that's the case. What am I making? I'm gonna build a big old fort here on this hillside. A fortification. Realistically, it's not guarding a whole lot in this game, but at least in my head, the canon is that they're protecting from the invaders off that way. And we're gonna build kind of a kingdom back here eventually, so we need something to kind of defend the people. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Okay, let's try this in both cobblestone and in deep slate, just to see what... This definitely pops more, but I don't know if we need this to go crazy. I kind of like that, actually. This might stand out a little too much. Got our stone cutter. Let's make a bunch of walls. Some stairs. A few slabs. Sorry if that's loud. I don't know how bad it is on the mic over there, but we'll do the same over here. Bunch of you. Some of you. Okay, so in theory, what do we think of something like this? We have this come up. We're just going like 5 wide on each side. How's it nighttime already? I'm telling you guys, these 10 minutes get shorter and shorter every single time. At least we got a house now. Okay, if we do the same thing over here, we're gonna need some cobbled deep slate. So this definitely looks a little more imposing. But this place needs to feel a little more rustic, and I think that's where the cobblestone succeeds. Yeah, I think this is our winner here. Okay. Do I mind if you copy this in your base? No, man, go ahead. Anything I build, you're welcome to imitate. I'm just happy you like it. Yeah, no, I've always had the approach that anybody who gets better at building in this game is copying from other people, right? Nobody just kind of teaches himself in a vacuum, or at least only a very few people do. Definitely gonna work with the cobblestone. I'm not sure if this is the exact design, but at the very least this is the kind of the concept. So now maybe we do try to work out a little bit more of a shape for this thing. We can have a tower right here. Something right kind of up at the edge of the hill. We're going to be working with odd numbers now just to make it easy on ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. One, two, three, four, 5. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Eight and 9. That could work. We'll pull it back in this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. This shape's gonna have to be further down the line, I think. How many blocks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's go 13. Then we'll have our little guy here. This might need to be 5 by 5 instead of 3 by 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, two, three. And then I don't know. Then we just bring it out here or something. One like from you. Appreciate it, man. How you doing, Alone Bro? Is it Alone Bro or Alone Brew? 1, 2, 3. Call you Diddy? You know, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, Chief. Diddy's got a little bit of a reputation out for him right now. I'm not looking to, not looking to associate with that. I'll try this on for size. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we need to go one more, though. 5. There we are. All right, how's this footprint look? I don't know if I love it or not. Guess we'll build it up and see what we think. So I could try to full screen. Last time I tried, yeah, my recording software won't pick up the game when I do that. It does not seem to like full screen mode. You guys can't see anything. Screen goes black, right? Or is that just me? If you've never got a black screen, let me know. But at least from my recording software, from what I can tell, it kind of vanishes for a moment. Up until I bring it back to windowed mode. Who knows, though? That could just be me, I guess. Maybe it does work and I've just been playing wrong the whole time. It does go black. Yeah, that's too bad. But no, typically I'd agree with you. Full screen is the way to go. I don't love the idea of, you know, my whole taskbar just being there. It kind of kills a little bit of the vibe, but what can you do? I guess I could look into that later, try to sort that out, but I'm not going to hassle with that on stream right now. All right, I guess now we start messing around with shapes. We got... Well, I guess let's climb one more time. See how this looks from above. It's not bad. This could be a decent little fortress. Maybe build another tower or two off to the side. We'll play it by ear, but... it's a decent start. Guess I don't need the shield in my inventory right now. Can you put food in your offhand? Can I eat food in my offhand? Ooh. Can I eat food while I'm breaking a block? No. Alright, well. That science is done. If this is the concept, we'll put cobblestone at least up until this layer. Kind of a ring around the whole thing. We'll leave corners blank though. What? Didn't know that was there. You know, it's heartbreaking to think I'm gonna have to go hit the mines up for some more cobblestone. It's not nice being poor. Will not put cobble around this thing. Okay, let's see. Maybe a stair? It's not bad. Yeah, I can work with this. We'll make this like that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, wrong block. I'm trying to make this look kind of like a foundation with kind of stone piles into the ground. Don't know if it's working, but that's the intention anyways. Alright, and just like that, it is time to go grab more cobblestone. The most exciting part of any Minecraft stream. I don't think I've got any more back at the hut here. See, this is why I hoard in this game, alright? I'm not using this dirt right now, but if the day comes I need it, I do not want to head back somewhere and just grind for it. We are going to go through one full iron pickaxe worth of mining. Grab ourselves a whole bunch of cobblestone. And then we'll get back to building. Alright, way down we go. You know, maybe I'll just hike down our path here. It's a little faster to come up this way than the other. Alright, let's begin. Excavation. At least stone breaks fast with iron tools. That's one blessing I am gonna count. So if we're working with cobblestone, we could also slip some andesite in there probably. Get a similar kind of effect. I'm not going to go out of my way to find it right now, but something worth considering, thinking about. Make sure we stay lit down here. Do our best to keep those creepers at bay. Although I guess they could do a little mining for us, huh? Then maybe we risk it. Pray for those sweet, sweet grenades to show up and do a little bit of our work for us. But I know my luck, it's just going to be about 1 billion skeletons who shoot me to death and won't let me come down here to pick up my own stuff. Wear my armor against me, threaten me. Guess I got a shield, so I can give him the what for, but nah. We'll just keep digging the way the ancestors used to. One stone at a time. Fortunately, this is moving pretty quick. We don't have too much pickaxe left, which means we can return home. Well, our home away from home. I think main home still counts as that first cabin we built, but that is not the priority right now. We're building on a hill, not down by the sea. And that's all she wrote. Almost 4 stacks of blocks. And my, how time flies. It is dark out here. Time to climb the hill faster than you've ever seen it done before. What are you? Just a zombie? With an abnormally low voice? No creeps, please. No creeps, please. This is my path and I love it the way it is. I prefer not to have to do some remodeling. Okay, well, we made it to bed. That's a good start. Now... I knew it. Look at this little hobgoblin. Acting like he doesn't have a care in the world. Whew. Oh, my goodness. You know, we're just gonna chill out here for a minute. Take stock of what we got. Okay. One swing at a time. That's one. That's two. Man, it feels good when that works out. Less good when it doesn't. Where were we? That's right. We need more stairs. You're a stair, and you get a stair, and you become a stair. Huh, well that's not gonna work. Is our math wrong here? The back-to-back creepers? That's right. They call me the best to ever do it. Don't ask who, it's them. Just trust me on that one. Also, you're gonna have to forget that, that water drop thing I tried last night. Or at least pretend that it worked out. So how did this happen? Why is this number off? Should be odd numbers only. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 right there. I guess I just can't count. Don't know why math got so hard there, but oh well. We'll move it all out one block. Should be back on track then. Stair, stair, stair. What did we do in this corner over here? I see, so that was our hinge point. Yeah, we can do that again. We're just gonna eyeball this corner, I guess. Play it a little more loosey-goosey. So that means we got a stair. Full block. And is that it? Does it then turn? I guess this would be a full block. Because we're doing that skip the corner thing. Full block. Full block. Stair. Which is not ideal, but whatever, we'll let it slide there. Okay, now we got our barrier, or our exterior, kind of in place. Now if we're taking this as kind of our reference point, I guess we're going to need more diorite back over here. So let's make that happen. Gonna need a lot of diorite, actually. There you are. Let's make ourselves a couple chests. That way we can store some of this. Okay. Let's get this ball rolling. Where's our fancy blocks? Here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll start with that. Got an idea. Well, that idea didn't work. I do not know. Okay. Either way, just start throwing down some more diorite. What do I think about the new update that's coming soon? I have no clue what's even in it. I'm not exactly what you would call up to date with this game. I know there's a lot of stuff in here, I just haven't seen it all, so I've got no idea what's up next. don't know if this is gonna work. Okay. Is the new update the one with the like sulfur and stuff? And the slimes that become blocks? Because I've seen something about that. I don't really know much about it. One, two, one, two. Nighttime already. If that is the update you're talking about, though, from the little I have seen of it, I mean, it seems pretty cool. I like the idea of a new cave biome. We get some new blocks out of it. Those slime little guys seem pretty cool. I don't even know what they're called, though. Can't just be slime, right? We've already got those. Why am I not using full screen mode? I can't actually use full screen mode. That came up a little earlier, but if I press F11, it makes the screen all black, so there's nothing to really watch. I'm not sure why my recording software does that. I'll try to figure it out later, but for the time being, I just have the window as large as I can get it. New update allows for highly requested colorful building gradients, abandoned camps, a new structure that generates in the wilds containing straw beds and decorative cushions. Okay, so yeah, I've not heard about that at all. That sounds awesome. You're never going to find me upset about more options for building. I like finding structures in the world, so if there's more of those, that's cool too. I have no idea what decorative cushions are supposed to look like, but you can count me intrigued. Okay, what do we think of something like this? Let's stream the World Cup final. That I don't think I'm going to do. Even if I check it out, I'll probably just do that on my own time. I also know that some people have gotten into some pretty serious trouble for trying to stream much or any of that. I'm not looking to invite that on myself. Fair question, though. One, two, three, four. Yeah, even my reactions, I'm probably not going to stream those either. Like I said, I'm probably going to try to check out the game when it's happening, but I'm not into football enough for it to really even be worth watching, in my opinion. I wouldn't have a lot to add. I'd just be kind of there for the hype of it all. It's just one day in 4 years. You don't have to be a football content creator. If you're going to watch it, why not just stream a reaction to it? Won't hurt anything. I mean, yeah, valid point, but if I am checking it out, I'm probably going to be trying to watch that one with my family or something. And I can't imagine they all want to be on camera. I mean, you can tell by the hat, sunglasses. I also have some hesitance with showing myself on camera all the time. What was I doing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll drop a video too sometime other than just live. If you're talking World Cup, no, I don't think I'll be posting anything about that. If you're talking about Minecraft and stuff in general, I'd like to. I can't promise I'm going to because I'm really bad at following up on things, but that is kind of the idea. I have a mod on here to record stuff. So I record the time I play just for the sake of if I do want to do something with it later. So we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I'd like to post some actual videos rather than just lives, but live streaming is much easier because, you know, you just hit record and keep going. Yeah, not World Cup stuff. Yeah, I like the idea of it, but I don't know if it's going to be happening regularly or often. Actually, the original plan for this channel, I wasn't even going to record game stuff. I make music, I write, I was trying to get better at art. That one I kind of fell off of pretty hard, but my plan was to live stream all that to kind of keep myself motivated, but that didn't work very well, as you can tell. But no, I might try to do some of that as well, make some longer videos about that. I might post it on a different channel, though, since I figure all of you are here for games, not all that other stuff. I better eat before I die. 3 hearts is not the place to be. How many channels do I have? Right now it's just this one. I was telling somebody in chat earlier, I probably should have, if I was smart, had 2 channels. One for stuff like this, where I'm just playing games and chatting with people. And one for all that other content. Because right now I've been streaming both, but I'm beginning to realize that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because I think most viewers are only going to be interested in kind of one thing I do. Either the video games or the creative stuff. And with that kind of not mixing so cleanly together, it's like, I don't know. Odds are I should probably just bite the bullet and make a second channel. I don't know what to call it, though. I like the name Delayman. It's what I've been going by for a while now, but that's what this guy's called. And I've already got subscribers here for video games and stuff, so I don't think it's fair to just switch up the content and make a separate gaming channel, try to move everybody over to that one. I don't know. I've been thinking about that. Still trying to figure out the right answer, but haven't found a satisfactory one just yet. Alright, we're going to take this little test down here. Now that we're kind of on track with the real deal. That'll free us up a few more resources too. And every little bit counts, because I can guarantee you I'm going to have to go mining for more before we're done with this place. Okay, much cleaner. So where was I? Got 5 up there. I'm going to want 5 right here. Same thing here. Do we have dirt on us? We do. Perfect. Again, I really got to keep an eye on my hunger bar there. I'm definitely going to die in this game just because I'm not paying attention. Let's see, how's this look for a design? It's not horrible. Yeah, we might go with that where we have just a 1 block gap. Do I think many students failing exams are really big problems, or will be in the future grades? Really won't matter as much as we think, and doing jobs is way different than we thought. I'll figure it. Fair question. I got kind of mixed feelings on it. I think kids aren't taking class as serious as they need to, because even if your classes aren't teaching you something you're actively going to be using, it is kind of teaching you how to at least use your brain more. And I think a lot of people are not using their brains as much as they should. But I also agree that a lot of classwork does not really translate to what you're going to be doing in life very well. I also think that AI in general is not going to help the scenario there, because I see plenty of valid uses for it, but I also see a lot of people kind of abusing access to it and failing to make use of kind of more critical thinking. I don't know if that works. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to... What do we do here? This is boring if we just fill in the wall like that, but don't have a whole lot of options on that one. Yeah, I don't think the exams have gotten that much harder. I think it's just that people aren't putting as much effort into them as they used to. And that's partly because people recognize they're just classes, it's not the real world. But who knows? I'm not some expert on any of this. As I've been doing jobs regularly, do I think that classes will affect our jobs in the future? Since school doesn't talk much about taxes, mortgage, all that stuff. Yeah, that I fully agree with. I would have loved to have a... Well, okay. I say I would have loved to have a class that taught me how to do taxes, but I'm sure if I had a class back in school that was teaching me how to do taxes, I would have probably complained about it some. It would have seemed boring, even though it is important. But yeah, I think we definitely should have stuff like that. And I know that a lot of schools do have options for that now, or at least more than they used to. But that doesn't mean that we're fully there yet, you know? There's still some improvement to be had on that front. This can be one of our entrances. Oh, maybe we could do something over here too. Little side door, just to mix things up. That can work. Perfect. Okay, then in that case... This might look nice. How's that for an entrance? Not bad. So how serious should you take your grades? Is over 70 good, or is 90? Okay, well, I'll say this. When I was going to school, early on, I was very stressed out about my grades. I wanted them to be perfect because I knew my parents wanted me to have good grades. And I don't think it's a bad thing to try to, you know, meet the expectations your parents have for you. Generally speaking, they're looking out for you, right? They want you to succeed from a good place in their heart. It's not like they're only looking out for their own self-interests there. So I don't think that's horrible. But somewhere along the way, I did have a realization of, I am putting way too much thought into this. I'm just a kid. And then I was a little more okay with some of my grades slipping a bit. Now that went a little too far, and I got real lazy with it, where suddenly I wasn't taking classes that serious, or, you know, I wouldn't start my homework until it was pretty much due. And I don't think that's a good call. But I think there's a middle ground between not caring about your grades at all and hyper fixating on them to the point where you're stressed in every single moment about getting perfect scores on every single thing. Like, I think you should be able to enjoy life, you know, have fun with your friends, and maybe slack off from time to time, but if you're hitting, like, B averages, which I think is in the 80s, around there, I don't remember, it's been a little bit. That, to me, is a good spot to be, because it means, you know, you're putting in enough effort, you're not just failing your classes, you do know what you're talking about, but every once in a while, I don't know, I don't think everything has to be high 90s. I do know if you can if you're consistent about really good grades, though, that can definitely help you get into better schools later on if you're looking to aim your career high. So it is just a matter of priorities, I guess. Some people care about it more than others. I think everybody should care about it some. In large part, I guess it depends on what you want to do with your life. Man, it is hard to tell what time it is when it's raining, huh? Am I out of diorite? Oh, thank goodness. I did not want to go grab more of that right now. I guess to close on my thoughts on the whole school thing, though. I was always looking to keep my parents happy, but most of our arguments about school were just the fact that I was lazy about them. I think communication is the most needed thing in jobs rather than anything else. Can we just do things alone? That really depends on the kind of job you have. If you're working in a team, communication is going to be very important. For a few reasons. One, to make sure you're actually doing your job properly. Two, just communication skills are really important for getting along with people. And trust me, you want to get along with your coworkers. Having beef with them is not the answer. But, I mean, I've also worked jobs where it's pretty much just me, and their communication is kind of a, you know, it's a side thing. It's nice to have, but it's not the be-all, end-all. Generally speaking, though, I guess my answer is I would say, at the very least, be able to communicate, even if you're not always going to do it. It's a skill which is going to help you outside of just work. I've found that getting along with people in general just makes life easier. Alright, what are we doing on this long one? Was I always good at communicating since childhood, or did I have anxiety and other stuff? I'm not sure entirely. I know when I've been relatively quiet as far as people go, I think. which is weird considering the fact I'm live streaming to a bunch of strangers right now. But I've gotten along with people very well, meaning I don't think communication was a huge barrier for me. I was always kind of a shy kid. Still don't love talking to strangers all the time, but I've found I can make friends relatively easily. As far as anxiousness goes, I don't know. I think that's probably a big factor of the why I was quiet, why I still am. I definitely overthink a lot of conversations more than I need to, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten better about kind of just blocking that out and realizing most people aren't going to hold on to things that you say, for better and for worse. There's exceptions where sometimes you'll say something just completely innocently, and because somebody took it the wrong way, they're now your enemy. But generally speaking, I've found that people are very interested in their own lives. Anything outside of that kind of... it doesn't matter as much. They don't pay as much attention to it. And since I actually enjoy hearing other people talk about their own lives, since everyone's so into their own, it means usually I'm on their good side. I don't make enemies, but, you know, I'm also not the life of the party most of the time either. And that's fine. I kind of like being unnoticed. I think there's also some truth to that whole introvert, extrovert kind of thing. Some people really thrive in social situations. It's like that's the element they belong in. I'd say I'm more introverted, which is the inverse of that, you know? I prefer being on my own. I like doing things on my own. And while I can get by spending time with people, I definitely need time to recharge afterwards. Okay, I'm doing a lot of running around, not a whole lot of building. Let's see. We got this wall to build up. And then I think we also want to head down. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that now, actually. I'm heading back down to our little log cabin to take a peek at what things look like from down there. I want this to look good from down there in particular. I like how it looks up topside right now, so I'm not too worried about that, but I know it's going to have to go taller. I just don't know what else I want to kind of build into it right now, and this might help with some ideas. While I'm down here, we'll breed up our cows as well, since we need a bunch of them. Hello, creatures of the pen. You don't have a name, do you? Alright, then I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to go. Same goes to you. We just don't have the space for all of you. We got Yang, we got Yin somewhere around here. Buddy, you gotta go. Okay, Yin, Yang. You guys can stay, but right now what we're looking for is these cows. Yeah, sure. There's that for you guys. Enjoy. 2 baby cows? Perfect. That's what we're looking for. Okay, home sweet home. These vines are going crazy. Home's getting overgrown. What did I come here for? Oh yeah, the angle, that's right. Let's take a peek. What do we think of this? Oop, not that. That's a berry bush. Yeah, that's absolutely gonna have to go taller. I like the shape we kind of got going here, though. We're probably gonna build something a little further this way, too, just to keep it going. As far as scale goes, that's not so bad, though. So I guess, I don't know, do I want to go a full another story on this thing? That'll put us about that high, I believe. And our tower can go higher than that. And then if we build... I don't know, it's tough. We'll climb back up our hill, take a look at what we think as far as height goes when we're up close and personal, and we'll make our call from there. There's some tall birch trees around here, man. They did not used to grow this big. I like that they've got these giant ones now, but it still throws me off every time I look at them. Just in time. Looks like the sun's setting. And man, it's going quick. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go much higher with this. I kind of like the height set. This tower is definitely going taller, but... and maybe part of the roof. We're on the right track, though. We're making progress I can be happy with. Alright, Mr. Longwall, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks. Even number, not great. Could do something like this. Shouldn't I repair equipment and armor? Absolutely I should. I think I'm just gonna wait for him to break, though. I typically just run my gear down until it's done, at least up until I've got full-on enchanted stuff worth holding on to. But no, you're not wrong. We're probably gonna run and make another pickaxe, maybe another shovel. All that's coming up soon, just because the next thing to break is gonna be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Although I guess that does make me a camel in this analogy. Alright, how's this look? Not horrible. We do have a lot of these kind of sticking around, but that's fine. I could take that one down, maybe, without it looking too out of place. Although our pickaxe will break before we make it through there. Let's start by just raising this tower, I guess. We'll stop with it this high for now. Oh, another spot here, huh? Hmm. 4-block wide wall, what to do? Guess we could do something like this. Well, hang on. Actually, I messed that up, didn't I? This will still work, I guess. Okay, up we go. There goes our pickaxe. We're gonna lose 1 block here, but that's alright. Do I really agree with people telling teenage life is the best time during a person's life? or youth, midlife? Is it still as good as childhood, even if childhood is the best time of our life? I think that depends on a few things. I mean, you're gonna have different people saying different things. I was one of those kids who never really wanted to grow up. Even early on, adults were always saying, "Oh, you have a lucky kid. Just wait until you've got to pay taxes of your own." And I took that personally. I was like, "Yeah, okay. I'm enjoying life now. Why do I have to get older?" Then I got older, had to start paying taxes, working, and it is rough. But it's also there's a lot of advantages of growing up too. You get a lot more responsibility on your plate, but you get a lot more personal freedom to do what you want to do. So I think most people who say that being a kid is the best it ever gets, they're looking back on it's a rose-colored glasses kind of thing. Rose-tinted glasses. What's the saying? They're remembering all the good times. It's like nostalgia, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing good ahead of you. Like, I always enjoyed being a kid, and I didn't really want to have to grow up and face the real world, but now that I'm here, I can't say I'm unhappy. I enjoy my life. I like my friends, the people around me, my family. And, I'm sure I've made plenty of mistakes. In fact, I'm aware of plenty of them, but I still have ended up in a good spot in my life. I think that it's definitely a perspective thing, Life's what you make of it, so if you're looking forward to what's coming, then odds are you're going to probably enjoy the future more than people who are just looking at the past. Oh, that's right, pickaxe. That's what I was going to do here. How long have I been streaming? 2.5 hours? Yeah, it's getting pretty late. Let's see. Took me way too long to remember the pickaxe. Yeah, you're right. If you haven't noticed by watching me this long, I get pretty scatterbrained sometimes. Lose track of where I am, what I'm doing. It's bad. I blame part of it on brain damage from going to school, but another part's probably dementia. That's half a joke, but mostly it's just I don't know, my brain does not work with me most of the time. I'm fighting battles against myself, just trying to remember what I came here for. But why would I accept responsibility when I could just blame all the concussions I had as a kid? I didn't realize until too late that getting your head knocked around all of growing up is not good for the old ticker. Well, I guess ticker's the heart. I don't know what the alternative would be for the brain there, but... Where you at? There you go. I'm a tall dude, so I played a lot of basketball growing up. And during my high school days, I was the only tall guy on the team. In fact, I was going to a little tiny baby school. So we didn't have enough players, and they recruited a bunch of middle schoolers to join in. So that height disparity got even wider. And because I was the big guy, that meant all of our opponents would just kind of dogpile me for the full game. And, you know, that frustrated me, but what can you do? I was bigger than them. It did mean I caught a lot of elbows to the head, though. I don't think I played a single game my last year of high school without getting like a full-on concussion. And then not too long after high school, I found out, no, apparently those do some permanent damage if you get them. But I didn't know then. Looking back, like if I had another chance, I'd probably still play basketball and get the crap kicked right out of me. But, you know, I love the sport, love the game. Don't love the slower mind that I think it gave me. Okay, I'm still doing that running around thing. I've got to stop. I think what I'm going to do is I might wrap it up on Minecraft here, but I think I'm going to try to get this stream set up, not for now, but for like another time, for making music. I'll just keep the stream running to make sure everything is operational, but I don't think I'm going to stay on long. I don't have time to make music. I've got to get some sleep. But if you were just here for the Minecraft, appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping by. I try to stream every Monday night. It's a Tuesday night for me right now, but that's because I didn't want to make music. Like I said, though, stream's going to keep running, but for those of you here for the Minecraft, peace out. We'll see what happens here in a moment. Should still have audio coming through. Looks that way. Save the game, hop out of it. Open up Reaper, the software I use. Okay. Let's try this. Got a webcam on, I think. All right, let's see. I have got to figure out if this is gonna work. Let's try this, I guess. Nothing right now. There we go. Okay, we're in now. Guess I gotta turn this off, I think. Yep. Find an instrument, and then I'm gonna make sure it's all recording on our software here. Let's find a good one. Is this picking up any audio on the... Can you hear me playing the keys here? You can hear it. Perfect. Okay. All right. Yeah, don't know if I want to turn this into a whole music thing now. Like I said, what time is it? It's almost 1 a.m. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So this is going to work. I'll take care of all that later. But once more, thanks for watching. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a good one, guys. Peace.